Okay, hi everyone. I am here to do our first math lesson. I know that it is really hard to do our work at home, so I wanted to come on here. So I just wanted to come on here myself and maybe be of help to you guys, make my own videos so I can explain things better. So today with your packet, we are working on topic 11, lesson 5, and we are using mental math to subtract tens. I know it's been a long time since we've been at school, so you guys have probably forgotten some of these skills, so we're going to go over them a little bit. I know we have done it, but we're going to do it again just to refresh our memories so we remember, and it's going to remind us of lots of different strategies and tools that we use to subtract, and we are going to be subtracting tens. So I did bring our Pearson robot for you guys to watch. So I am going to go ahead and play that to help you guys remember some of the strategies and skills that we use for subtracting tens. So let's see. I'm going to share it with you right now. If I can, there we go.
You have used different ways to subtract tens. Find 35 minus 10. You can use a model to help. How do the blocks show that you subtracted 35 minus 10?
So remember, this model shows our whole number. When we're subtracting, our whole number is the first number in the equation. So we have 35 as our whole number. So 3 is the number that's in our tens place. Remember, we have tens place and ones place in double-digit numbers. We have a tens place is this number 3, and 5 is in our ones place. So remember, tens places are groups of 10. Remember, we have our sticks. So here's our sticks. We have 3 groups of 10. So we have 1 group right here, 2 group, and 3 groups. We have 3 groups of 10 cubes. Now remember, our ones place are the numbers that are sad. They didn't get a group, there's not enough, they're left over. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just like this number says. So we have 5 ones, just like in the ones place, it says 5, and we have our 3 sticks in the tens place for 3. So now we are going to take away 10 cubes or 1 group of 10 because our 1 is in the tens place. So we're just going to cross that 1 block out and see what it gets us.
First, they show 3 tens rods and 5 ones cubes for 35. Then they show that 1 10, or 10, is subtracted by crossing out one of the tens rods. How does the 100 chart show that you subtracted 35 minus 10?
So we also have learned how to subtract tens using the hundreds chart. This is our hundreds chart, and what we do when we're subtracting with the hundreds chart is we take our whole number, which in this equation or in a subtraction problem is the very first number. So our whole number here is 35. So I'm going to go on my chart and I'm going to find 35. Here it is. Here's 35. I'm going to circle it, and it says we are subtracting 10. So remember, when we subtract, we are going up our chart. So we are going this way because, like our calendar, remember, if we think about our calendar, when we go up like this, those are days that we've already had. If we go down, we're adding because we haven't had those days yet. So since we're subtracting, we're going backwards or up our chart. It says we are going backwards 1 time because we have a 1 in the tens place. So if I go backwards 1 time, this is the number I land on.
A circle is drawn around the number 35. Then an arrow goes up 1 row to 25. Both ways show the same answer. 35 minus 10 equals 25. You can also use mental math to subtract 10. What is the tens digit in the number 35?
What's the tens digit? We have the number 35. Is 5 the tens digit or is 3? Think about it. Think really hard. 3 is our tens digit?
The tens digit in 35 is 3. What is the tens digit in the number 10?
Okay, think about it. What is the tens digit in the number 10? Here we have this number. Is it a 0 or is it the 1? That's right, our tens digit is number 1.
The tens digit in 10 is 1. What basic fact do you know that can help you find 35 minus 10?
So if we look at this, we have 35 minus 10. If we look at our tens, we have a 3 and a 1. What if I take each tens from each number and I subtract those? So what if I take the 3, I have a 3 right here, and I take the 1 and I subtract it, and now I have 3 minus 1. That seems like that would be easier for you guys. So that is a strategy that you can use. So we're going to take the number in the tens place from each number. So we have 3 over here and 1 over here, and we're going to subtract those. So now we have 3 minus 1 equals, 3 minus 1 equals 2. So that's why we have a 2 in the tens place. Then I'm going to take my ones place. Don't forget about your ones. We have 5 in the ones place, and then we have 0. So now I'm taking 5 minus 0. So if I have 5 candies and I don't eat any of them, I haven't eaten any of them yet, how many do I have? You still have 5. So that's why we have another 5 right here in the ones place.
You can use the basic fact 3 minus 1 equals 2. So 35 minus 10 equals 25. When you subtract 10, the tens digit goes down by 1. Subtract 10 from these numbers.
Okay, so we have 46 minus 10, 78 minus 10, and 95 minus 10. So it says drag a number to complete each equation. So first off, we have 46 minus 10. If I take that 10 from each number, the tens place, and subtract it, what do I get? So if I take 4 minus 1 equals what? What's 4 minus 1? 3. So our answer is going to have a 3 in the tens place. So it's either going to be 35 or it's going to be 36. Okay, so I've eliminated these ones. Those ones don't work for this problem. Now I need to subtract my ones place. So if I take my ones place from over here, so 6, and I take my ones place from this number, that's 0. So 6 minus 0 equals 6. So my ones place needs to have a 6, and my tens place needs to have a 3. So it looks like 36 is our answer. Same thing for this one, 78 minus 10. So I take my 7 minus 1 equals 6. So now I have these numbers to choose from, 67 and 68. 8 minus 0, now I'm taking my ones place numbers and subtracting those. So now I have 8 minus 0, which is 8. So our number is 68. Okay, last one. We have 95 minus 10. I'm taking those 10 place numbers. So for this one, I have 9 in the tens place. I'm taking that 9. I'm subtracting it from 1. So 9 minus 1 is 8. So now these are my options because these ones have 8s in the tens place. Now I need to do the ones place. So now we have 5 minus 0. 5 minus 0 is 5. So our number we end up with is 85.
46 minus 10 equals 36. 78 minus 10 equals 68. 95 minus 10 equals 85. In each of these problems, which digit changes in the differences?
So I have 46 and 36. It looks like our ones number stayed the same, but our tens digit changes every time.
The tens digit decreases by 1. The ones digit stays the same. Why is that?
Why do you think?
The tens digits always decrease by 1 because you are subtracting one 10. The ones digit always stays the same because 10 has 0 ones. So no ones are being subtracted.
Remember, when subtracting tens, the tens digit changes, but not the ones digit.
So that was our Pearson video that you guys are so used to and love from class. When you get your packet, and this is what we're working on, this is what we'll be looking at. This one says we are using, it says we are using 10 frames to subtract. Not all of the problems have 10 frames, so please feel free, so like these ones don't, they just have the equations. Feel free to draw them. There are many ways you guys can do these problems. You can use 10 frames like we did here. You can use a hundredths chart. You can use drawing blocks like we did here. There's lots of options. So using our tens frame, for number one, we have 26 minus 10. So remember, 26, 2 is our tens digit. So that means we have two groups of 10. So we have one 10 frame here and another 10 frame here. So 1, 2 10 frames. And then 6 is in the ones place because we have 6 lonely ones over here. They didn't have enough to make a group, so they are sad. They're by themselves. So we have 2 groups of 10, just like our number says 2, and then 6 ones, just like our number says 6 ones. We are subtracting 10. So, do I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and cross those out? Now that takes too long. We know that these are 10 frames, so each frame has 10, and if I'm subtracting 10, you just take away a whole frame. So we took this frame away. Now how many groups of 10 do we have? We took this one away, that one's gone. Crossed it off. Now we only have one frame left. So we have a 1 in our tens place right here. 1, and we have 6 ones left. So now we have a 6 in our ones place. So our number 26 minus 10 equals 16. Okay, number 2 over here, we have 32 is our whole number, our first number in our equation when we're subtracting. We have 3 in the tens place. So we have one group of 10 here, 2 group, and 3 groups. So we have 1, 2, 3, 3 groups of 10, just like our number says. And we have 2 ones, 1, 2. Remember, these are our lonely numbers. They don't have any family. They're all by themselves. They didn't have enough to have another group of 10, so they are lonely. It says, again, we are subtracting 10, one group of 10 right here, because that's our ones place. So I just cross that group off, cross it off. And now how many 10s do we have in our number? We have 1, 2 groups left, so we have 2 groups of 10 left. So 2 is in our tens place, just like this. And I have 2 lonely friends, 2 ones left over. So 32 minus 10 equals 22. So again, you guys can use your tens frames just like this to solve these problems. You may use drawing blocks. You can use a hundredths chart. You can even use your 120 chart that is in your packet with your whiteboard eraser. So again, if I had the problem, let's say I had 54 minus 10. I'm going to find my whole number. So here's 54. And it says I am subtracting 10. So when I'm subtracting, remember I'm going up or backwards. And it's only 10. There's only a 1 in the tens place. So that means we're going backward 1 time. So I jump up once. And this is the number I land on. So 54 minus 10 equals 44. So you guys can use your 120 chart as well. You have a whiteboard marker to help you guys use that and just get through those problems. You guys are working on your guided practice today. And also independent practice. That is all for you guys to work on. And the same thing continued. Week 1, day 2. We are on day 2 right now. We did not have a day 1 because yesterday we were still on spring break. So you guys are doing all the way to page 636. This is your last page of work. There's lots of ways for you guys to do this, and I know that hopefully this has re-sparked your memory and helped you remember those different skills and strategies that we use to subtract tens. So I hope this helped you guys. I hope it made you remember, refreshed your brain. And if you guys have any questions, please, please, please send me a message. I would love to help you guys. Okay, bye guys.